Welcome to Pimax Connect, where we share updates on our upcoming products as well as announce new ones. We want to shed some light on how we design and develop our headsets. Because making VR headsets is hard. With today's technology, there are several options we can take, such as QLED or micro OLED panels, aspheric or pancake lenses, and different tracking options. All have their benefits and downsides. This is why Pimax, for already several years now, has the firm ambition to be a multi-SKU company. We want several product lines to coexist rather than, as we did before, launch one product to replace the old one. There are several reasons for this. One reason is production. We own our own factories with our own staff. To scale up production or to scale it down is costly. And with multiple SKUs, we do not have one huge sales peak in a year, but we can spread out production. Peaks are generally really bad for efficiency. A second reason is that users are diverse and want to provide options to them across the high-end PC VR market. We want to tailor to each one of you and provide the best high-end VR headsets in several price classes and use cases. And the third reason is shared technology. Having several headsets using the same core technology allows us to pour more resources into that, and all products benefit from this. Let's look at one of those examples, SLAM tracking.
Let's take a deep dive into our inside-out tracking algorithm and explain why we think it will be better than base station tracking in the future. Yeah, you heard that right. Base station tracking uses infrared receivers on the headset to detect light signals. A base station tracked headset typically contains dozens of such receivers. There are 30 on Crystal Light if you use Lighthouse cover. The position of the headset is then calculated through PNP or perspective and point algorithms. This is all unaffected by lighting conditions, but this tracking method remains vulnerable to occlusion, gravitational drift, and interference from, for instance, people walking in front of the base stations. This is really difficult for offline events. Inside-out tracking, however, uses 4 cameras, where each pixel in the image creates a spatial point. For instance, the Crystal Light creates 640 by 480 spatial points per camera, theoretically generating over 1.2 million tracking points. And that is a lot more than 30 points. In reality, though, a few thousand points are selected for positioning, achieving a higher theoretical accuracy compared to base station tracking. This visual data from the headset is combined with the IMU, or Inertial Measurement Unit, which measures the momentum and movement of the headset in terms of speed and direction. It's a different type of data, but by combining the two, we get a really precise tracking. Pimax is one of the few VR headset companies that develops its own SLAM tracking with our computer vision team. A SLAM algorithm isn't easy to develop, but we really want to own this technology to develop headsets in the way we want to. We feel inside-out tracking is the future, and already nearly at the level of base station tracking, and it has so much more potential. With our software improvements, it will also improve over time to surpass base station tracking. We have already made a huge progress over the last few years. Not only have we updated the algorithms for all the users with the better stability, object recognition, and lower CPU requirements, but we have also helped solve dozens of individual cases from users who reported issues with their tracking. These outlying situations are usually caused by very specific things like light flickering speed caused by the local electricity frequency. We actually want users to report these issues because each unique situation we solve probably helps another 50 users. Here's some examples of before and after footage.
Port 1 airborne to join up port.
This isn't all, because the Crystal and Dream Air headsets all have tracking cameras. Our computer vision team is working on hand tracking. This is coming to Crystal Lite, Crystal Super and Dream Air series, and we're still working to get it on the original Crystal. This is yet another advantage of inside-out tracking over the base station tracking. We expect the hand tracking beta software to be out in Q3.
Then let's head to our main segment for today, headsets. Before we address the Dream Air, we want to say the Crystal Lite will stay in production as it's our best-selling VR headset ever. There's nothing like the Lite in this price segment, with super high clarity, inside-out tracking, controllers and a DisplayPort cable. It's now early May and we have already shipped lots of Crystal Supers, and we will fulfill all pre-orders in May and June. The reviews are very positive, calling this the pinnacle of QLED VR headsets, with a huge FOV, brightness and a great stereo overlap. And we also think this is the most mature Pimax headset to ever hit the market in terms of software stability, manufacturing and quality control. The 57 ppd QLED optical engine for the Crystal Super will also start shipping in Q2 and the Micro OLED optical engine in early Q3. We'll also produce the original Crystal again to be shipped with the 60T Air-Link. External beta for the 60T Air-Link has now finally started with 10 users and we're soon adding more. Then now we turn our attention to the Dream Air.
We announced the Pimax Dream Air in December last year. We knew we had set out for an ambitious project to produce the world's smallest full-feature 8K resolution VR headset. A challenge to make a VR headset in a small form factor with high performance and full features. With eye tracking, inside-out tracking, hand tracking, integrated audio, DisplayPort connection and more, all in a small and beautiful package and a new direction for Pimax, while still adhering to our ambition to push technology in a way that no one has done before. But we want to even improve on what we said. So now, reintroducing the updated Dream Air. Let's go through it step by step, and let's start at the heart of it, the panels. The panels provide a resolution of 3840 by 3552 pixels per eye, so a total of over 27 million pixels. With such a light headset, you can really move freely and not be limited by anything, and really immerse yourself in any destination you choose. And the panels makes the visuals so unbelievably lifelike. What has changed since December is that we have upgraded the panel to Sony. We're already pushing the Dream Air to be the ultimate small form factor micro OLED headset, and the Sony panels give an extra push of visual performance. Sony's micro OLED panels are top tier, also used by Apple and Google. They have an excellent quality consistency across all panels, and their visual effect is better. This is because the brightness is higher and the pixels have a wider view angle, or chief ray angle, up from 15 degrees to 20 degrees. This brings out more details and colors and bumps up the visual performance to unbelievable levels. We have discussed changing the panel supplier with many users and content creators, and nearly everyone supports this decision. We coupled these with the next-gen pancake lenses. These lenses are optimized to be small in size while getting all the details from the panel to your eye with the minimal glare, a big sweet spot, and fantastic edge-to-edge clarity. This is the first Pancake headset from Pimax that goes to the market, but it's not the first Pancake module we've ever developed. In the last 5 years, we've tested a lot with these. Pimax is 10 years old, almost as old as Oculus, and optical design has always been our core technical ability. The lenses on the Dream Air, we've gone through over 20 iterations of the lenses, really fine-tuning the final design. For the lenses, every decision influenced something else, so we really want the perfect balance. We now have a great balance with a good field of view and a great stereo overlap. We want a stereo overlap that does not break immersion, but also a field of view that does not feel like you watch the world through paper rolls and maintains the clarity of the micro OLED panels. The Dream Air has an incredible number of tracking options. Tracking is just our way to make your VR journey smoother. The headset tracks your head, your eyes, your controllers, and even your hands if you wish. Yes, that's right. The inside-out tracking cameras are also used for hand tracking. But despite hand tracking, the Dream Air still comes with controllers. Controllers have the benefit of giving you haptic feedback when you touch and grab something, and they're also, at this stage, still faster and more accurate. But we really want to give users that choice. We're developing eye tracking with Tobii. Because Pancake lenses are so small, we cannot get the eye tracking camera inside the lens. But we still want the hardware and software to be on a professional grade, as the Pimax Crystal and Crystal Super. Eye tracking works at a refresh rate of 120 Hz with 10 eye tracking lights per eye. It's fast and accurate enough to work in both social VR as well as dynamic foveated rendering. DFR massively helps with GPU resources, as your PC only needs to render full resolution in the area you're looking at. You really need super fast eye tracking for this, and the Dream Air is capable of it. For a VR headset in this price segment and this high resolution, we do feel eye tracking is a must. For people that really want to use base station tracking, this will be available through a Lighthouse option. But unlike our previous announcements, this will not be a separate clip-on faceplate, but a different version. This is because we feel the modularity is too complex in a small form factor headset and will come at the cost of weight, size, and tracking accuracy. So when purchasing the Dream Air, you can choose for a SLAM version with controllers or a Lighthouse version without controllers. The Dream Air comes with an ergonomic head strap that features a self-tightening mechanism, so you always have the perfect fit. This feature isn't as science-fictional as people think, despite being similar to those shoes in Back to the Future movie. This mechanism is also used in many self-lacing shoes on the market today, but it's the first time used in a VR headset. The self-lacing head strap is what we think a great addition. Aside from it being self-tightening, the amount of hug from the strap can be adjusted by the user. We also think this is an extremely clean design and does not add weight compared to a big rotation button that the user has to use manually. The headset is so light, it's almost like wearing one of those skiing goggles. Then the head strap also has a universal adapter, so you can use it with third-party head straps if you like. This gives users a lot of options and flexibility. We're also introducing a Halo strap with a flip feature. This Halo strap uses a different type of face cover, namely a silica one. This is because with the Halo strap, the weight is put onto the forehead and the headset basically hovers in front of your face. So really, the Dream Air is extremely flexible in terms of how you wish to wear it. We're looking forward to getting these headsets into your hands, the world's smallest, full-feature 8K VR headset. But to use a quote from Yoda in The Empire Strikes Back, there is another.
As we said, we want to provide several high-end PCVR options to cater to all users with a variety of headsets that share the same core technology. So when we announced the Dream Air, many users asked for another version, and we do listen to that. And we've always done so, ever since the start of Pimax. So, users have asked for a more affordable, yet still high-end Dream Air, with great optical qualities, integrated audio, professional grade eye tracking, and SLAM tracking. And yeah, why not? We can do it. Here we go. Introducing the Dream Air SE. The main difference with the normal Dream Air is the optical engine, meaning the panels and lenses at the heart of the headset. We use micro OLED panels with a resolution of 2560 x 2560 per eye, which is a huge step up from conventional VR headsets, such as the Quest 3 or the Valve Index. This panel is one of the most affordable micro OLED panels out there and readily available, while still incredibly high-end. It provides perfect blacks and vivid colors as each pixel can individually turn off and on. We couple this with pancake lenses tailored for these panels. Like the Dream Air, they have a great FOV with a great stereo overlap, with what we think is the most balanced approach for this. The field of view is great, but we have not sacrificed the stereo overlap for it. To achieve a really wide FOV in pancake lenses at the cost of a low stereo overlap is what we think the wrong approach. A low stereo overlap reminds you you're wearing a VR headset, whereas a great overlap helps you with depth perception, visual comfort, and immersion. This headset is competitively priced with integrated audio, eye tracking, SLAM tracking, and controllers, and hand tracking. It's the most affordable, full-feature, small-form PCVR headset in a complete package. Plus, you also get all the benefits and customization options of Pimax Play.
Let's look at the pricing of what we discussed. The Dream Air comes in two versions. There's a Lighthouse version without controllers and a SLAM version with controllers and inside-out tracking. If you don't own any base stations or controllers, this version is much more affordable than you needing to buy base stations and base station tracked controllers separately. Our original shipping time may have been a bit too optimistic. Right now, we're set for shipping in Q3, the end of August or September. The shipping is slightly later than our original estimate because we've put a large order in at Sony for the micro OLED panel, but the lead times for this high-end panel are long. Secondly, to keep the weight down, we have redesigned some parts to have a separate version for the Lighthouse and SLAM mechanism rather than put weight for the modular options on this headset. And third, the Dream Air and the Dream Air SE are made for compatibility, so the structure was redesigned. Even though each headset has its own dedicated team at Pimax, part of the R&D from Crystal Super has been released and has been working around the clock on the Dream Air. The risk of any further delays is much lower. Then, if we look at the Dream Air SE, this headset starts from a very competitive price, even more so for the Lighthouse version. The estimated shipping time is also Q3, probably end of August or early September. We already have working prototypes for both headsets. We want to offer options for all use cases in the PCVR market, options that all provide the Pimax wow factor. With the Crystal Light, Crystal Super, the Dream Air and Dream Air SE, we cover each segment. The original Crystal brings high-clarity visuals with wireless 60G. The 60G Airlink is currently being beta tested. Our final 60G Airlink hardware is upgraded after CES 2025 and is much more stable and offers a wider range of compatibility with PC systems. We are in external beta tests and close to going to mass production. The Crystal Lite offers high-end visuals at an affordable price, and it is Pimax's best-selling headset ever. The Crystal Super is the highest clarity headset for PC VR right now with the highest field of view, hands down. The Dream Air is the smallest full-feature 8K resolution VR headset, and the Dream Air SE provides that experience at a more affordable price with still extremely high specifications. That's how we have set up our portfolio internally. We always improve our own products, but also look at competitor products to see if we can improve on shortcomings mentioned by users. This is how competition improves us all, and this is great for users. Let's compare these headsets to their direct competitors. So this headset in terms of options is similar, both come with controllers and inside-out tracking and use same panels. But the Crystal Super provides a bigger field of view, a better comfort, and a much better price. Also, in Q3, we'll open the public beta for native hand tracking. About the Crystal Super, we would like to highlight that we're developing the Micro OLED optical engine with the Dream Air panels and lenses. So the prices are as follows. Then, if we compare the Dream Air to the closest competitor, we think that the Dream Air excels in all areas. We think the exterior is more refined, it offers inside-out tracking, it has better panels and comes with integrated audio, eye tracking, hand tracking, and controllers. We also think it has a better optical system, less glare and higher clarity, and a wider field of view. There are also vastly more features in Pimax Play. The standard DisplayPort cable is longer and it works with both AMD and NVIDIA GPUs. Plus, you can get this headset to try it out and still return it. Then let's look at the SE edition of the Dream Air versus its closest competitor. The Dream Air SE is not smaller or lighter, but it's a close call. We focused on making a balanced, full-feature, small form factor headset. We have integrated SLAM tracking, eye tracking, hand tracking, integrated audio, and controllers all on the base headset. We feel the optics have a better balance of field of view and stereo overlap. We proved with Crystal Super we can really balance this well. We really thought about all the details. The cooling fans are slightly larger, so we can run them more quietly. We think that we shouldn't put one in the middle of the headset, but we need two, one for each panel. Because of this, the panels can run at a higher brightness and your headset stays cool. Tobii eye tracking powers not just social VR, but also dynamic foveated rendering with 10 tracking lights per eye at 120 Hz. We're ambitious and innovative. We want to offer high-end headsets to all use cases in PC VR. But again, all headsets share so much technology, so all headsets benefit from each other. At Pimax, we have dedicated teams for each of the headsets so they continue to be developed after launch.
The pre-orders made for the Dream Air before this announcement don't increase in price, but you will still get the Sony panels. We want to make sure pre-ordering is always beneficial. You can pre-order the Dream Air and the Dream Air SE now. All pre-orders get free shipping.
Oh, and one more thing. This headset has an amazing trick up its sleeve. It hooks up to nearly any modern device as long as it has USB-C. So I got a modern smartphone here, I connected with USB-C and boom, I got my own media device. Incredible. That's it for today. Thank you.